Hundreds of scripture passages describe stories of various foods eaten during biblical times. A well-balanced diet was crucial for well-being. It included foods in balanced portions, providing carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Some of today's healthiest known foods were part of the biblical diet. They range in taste from sweet and savory to bitter and pungent. Seasonings, spices, and herbs. Spices and herbs consumed as food in the Bible were used to flavor bread, cakes, meats, soups, stews, and were also taken for their healing properties. The following is a list of herbs and spices consumed in biblical times. Coriander, chicory, cinnamon, cumin, dandelion, dill, endive, garlic, hyssop, mint, mustard, pepper, saffron and salt. People consumed a variety of fruits and nuts as part of their diet. Here are some examples. Grapes were widely cultivated and consumed, and they were used for making wine. Figs were a common fruit and were eaten both fresh and dried. Olives, while primarily used for their oil, olives were also eaten as a fruit. Pomegranates were highly regarded and often associated with abundance and fertility. Dates were popular and often eaten dried. They were also used in cooking. Apples, though the specific type of apple is unclear, they were mentioned in the Song of Solomon. Almonds were widely consumed and mentioned several times. Pistachios were known and valued for their nutritional benefits. Walnuts, while less mentioned, walnuts were likely consumed. Chestnuts were consumed in certain regions. These are just a few examples of fruits and nuts that were commonly eaten during biblical times. The availability of specific fruits and nuts varied depending on the region and the season. Vegetables and legumes. God provided vegetables and legumes packed with nutrients, fiber, and protein to power the people of the Bible. In Babylon, Daniel and his friends observed a diet of only vegetables, Daniel 1 verse 12. The following were the main vegetables used: beans, cucumbers, gourds, leeks, lentils, olives, onions and garlic. Grains. Healthy grains were a primary staple. Grains are some of the easiest natural foods to keep preserved for years. Throughout the Bible, bread is a symbol of God's life sustenance. Jesus himself is the bread of life, which never perishes. The following were the most used grains in those days: barley, corn, millet, spelt, flour and wheat. Fish. Seafood was another staple in the Bible. However, only certain fish and other seafood were suitable for eating. According to Leviticus 11 verse 9, edible seafood had to have fins and scales. Shellfish was prohibited. In Matthew 23 verse 37 and Luke 13 verse 34, Jesus uses the metaphor of a hen gathering her chicks under her wings, which implies familiarity with the behavior of chickens, even though the specific mention of chicken in the Bible is limited. The following birds were also considered clean and were consumed: partridge, pigeon, quail and dove. Animal meats. The Bible distinguishes between clean and unclean animals. According to the book of Leviticus, clean meats are those from animals that have a cloven hoof and chew the cud. Jewish dietary laws taught God's people not to eat the blood of animals, or any meat that had been sacrificed to idols. These foods were considered unclean. Clean animal meats of the Bible were venison, calf, goat, oxen, sheep and lamb. Dairy products were also very important foods of the Bible. They provided significant nutrition to the ancient world. Fresh, raw products from grass-fed cows, sheep, and goats. The following were the main dairy products consumed in biblical times: curds, cream, butter, cheese and milk. Other foods of the Bible. Many of these foods of the Bible, such as raw honey, contain disease-fighting and energy-boosting nutrients, allergy defense builders, and probiotic support. Bread, eggs, grape juice, raw honey, olive oil, vinegar and wine. In conclusion, biblical foods were generally simple and unprocessed compared to modern diets. They consisted of basic, natural ingredients without the additives, preservatives, and refined sugars commonly found in contemporary foods. Fresh fruits and vegetables were valued and consumed according to the seasons and local availability. Preserving techniques such as drying or pickling were used to extend the shelf life of certain foods.